Every year, digital marketing changes. But every once in a while, it changes in a way you can't go back.
On today's Trivera Deep Dive podcast, we break down what 2025 really taught us about digital marketing and what those lessons mean for 2026.
If you're a marketing decision maker who needs to keep your brand visible, credible, and ahead of what's coming next in 2026, don't go away. No hype, no buzzwords, just clear takeaways.
This is the one you need to stick around for.
Welcome to Trivera's AI Deep Dive podcast, hosted by Chip and Nova, our AI co-hosts. Together, they transform top marketing insights from our blogs, articles, and events into actionable strategies you can use. Ready to dive in? Let's get started.
Welcome to the Trivera Deep Dive. I'm Chip, as always joined by the incomparable Nova.
Hey, Chip.
Hey, Nova. So today, we're doing what has become an annual tradition. It's a look back to look ahead.
That's right, Chip. Every January, our founder, Tom Snyder, he sort of steps back from the day-to-day. He analyzes what the previous year actually taught us about digital success and, where the puck is going next. It's an essential tradition for us.
Absolutely. And today, we're unpacking his latest annual wisdom, captured in his blog, Leveraging 2025's Marketing Insights for Success in 2026. And the central message here, Nova, it's undeniable.
It really is. Tom's central finding was that 2025 was the year AI trends stopped being, theoretical. They started producing real winners and losers. We spent years talking about AI's potential, right?
Right, all potential.
And 2025 was the year we saw it fundamentally rewire search, content, trust, and even the strategic role of marketing leaders.
So our mission today is to give you a shortcut. We're going to unpack the 4 most important lessons Tom learned in 2025. And we'll detail the intentional steps you must take right now to thrive in 2026. This is basically the playbook. Okay, let's unpack this fundamental change first. AI became the new front door to discovery. This is more than just a tweak to Google's algorithm, isn't it?
Oh, it's the defining shift, Chip.
Yeah.
In 2025, AI stopped being a novelty, a layer that supplemented search. It became the actual starting point for discovery.
Not just a novelty layer on top of a search.
Exactly. We are talking about Google AI overviews. We're talking about tools like ChatGPT and Perplexity. These systems now answer user questions directly. They provide a fully synthesized, curated response.
And that means that the search results for a lot of complex queries are no longer those traditional 10 blue links that we've been optimizing for since, the turn of the century. Just gone.
Replaced by knowledge synthesis. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, the implication is just massive. Think about how that AI system works. It doesn't just read words. It extracts facts, definitions, relationships between concepts. It's trying to confidently build a summary.
Right.
Which means if your content is not structured, clear, and authoritative enough to be instantly understood and cited by these AI systems, well, Tom says it simply does not exist in this new discovery layer.
Wow. So you could have 1,000 words on a topic, but if the AI can't confidently pull out a few key sentences, your brand is effectively invisible.
That's it.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me. Tom noted that the market didn't just become aware of AI-powered search. The market became completely dependent on it. As a listener, you realize if your customers are starting their journey with an AI summary and your brand isn't in that summary,
you've been locked out.
You're locked out of the initial discovery phase, full stop.
Exactly. The human user loves the convenience of a quick, accurate answer, which just accelerates the AI's role as the gatekeeper. And that brings us right into lesson 1.
Okay, lesson 1. Traditional SEO, the keyword density game, the focus on link velocity, it gave way to something Tom calls Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. The primary goal is no longer ranking at position 1, but being referenced as the definitive source within that AI summary.
And what's fascinating here is how explicit Tom is in defining the mechanics of GEO. It's based on 3 core pillars that focus on making your content genuinely AI digestible and, trustworthy.
Okay, let's dig into the substance of these. What are the 3 pillars of GEO?
So the first is clarity. Defining concepts unambiguously. The AI needs to know exactly what you mean. If your language is too flowery or uses undefined jargon, the AI just can't confidently summarize it.
Can't take a chance on getting it wrong.
Precisely. The second is structure. Using headings, short paragraphs, bulleted lists, all those scannable formats. This is so crucial because AI struggles with long, uninterrupted paragraphs. It just obscures the specific data points it needs for like latent semantic indexing.
So structure isn't just for human readability anymore. It's a technical requirement for machine parsing. That's a huge shift in priority. And the third pillar?
The third pillar is authority. This means demonstrating real expertise, not just recycled or aggregated opinions. The content has to feel grounded in experience or proprietary data. The AI systems are getting much, much better at recognizing content depth versus just content link.
Okay, but wait. If the primary goal is being referenced, how does a small business or a startup with no pre-existing reputation build that authority fast enough? They can't just rely on brand recognition, can they? How does an AI system even measure that trust?
That is the critical challenge Tom raises, and he points out a specific nugget. Strong brands are increasingly cited in AI answers even when their pages don't rank first in the traditional search results.
Really? Why is that?
It happens because their content is just inherently easier for AI systems to interpret and trust. Trust is built not just on backlinks, but on consistent accuracy and simplicity of expression. If the AI can read your page and instantly extract a clean definition that matches definitions elsewhere, it increases confidence.
So a small brand has to be super focused.
Ruthlessly focused on solving one precise problem definitively rather than trying to cover 10 topics shallowly.
That specificity of focus flows perfectly into lesson 2, which is that content volume stopped being a competitive advantage.
It absolutely did. 2025 was the year content saturation just hit a breaking point. AI tools made it incredibly easy to produce massive amounts of content, and this content flood created so much noise. And critically, it made it painfully obvious which brands were publishing without a true strategic purpose.
Okay, so if the machine can easily generate 1,000 articles on a topic, why is flooding the market with your own content now a bad strategy? Why did those high-performing brands pivot away from volume so quickly?
Because quantity instantly eroded perceived quality. I mean, when everyone can generate average content in a second, the value of average content just drops to zero. High-performing brands shifted entirely toward usefulness.
Usefulness.
Yeah. They started publishing fewer pieces, but each piece had a clearer, more essential point of view. They focused on content that truly answered the customer's question with proprietary insight instead of content that just circled keywords for the algorithm.
It's like a return to first principles, really.
Well, yeah.
If you're publishing generic advice, you're just training the AI to summarize generic advice. And that summary won't reference you because the AI can easily find 5 other identical sources.
Precisely. Tom stresses that in this new landscape, quality isn't subjective anymore. It's measurable. It's measured by whether systems and people trust your content enough to rely on it as a source of truth. Volume is noise. Utility is relevance.
Utility and trust. That leads us directly to lesson 3, which became a non-negotiable standard in 2025. Trust emerged as a ranking signal. You cannot fake.
And this shift was accelerated by that tidal wave of low-quality, generic, AI-generated content. Audiences got better very quickly at spotting content written for machines, not for humans, and the algorithms learned to spot it too.
So they got smarter, faster.
Much smarter. AI models are trained on what they believe to be truth, and they will discount sources that are inconsistent or just lack genuine insight.
So what defined the successful brands in 2025? How did they demonstrate this non-fakeable trust?
They were transparent, consistent, and grounded in real-world experience. They published content reflecting how they actually work, what they believe, and what they have learned. It wasn't marketing copy, it was operational insight.
That's a great distinction.
Tom's experience confirms that new technology always creates initial noise, but the brands that endure are the ones that anchor their content in accountability. Your 2026 mandate is this. Trust will not come from sounding clever. It will come from being clear, accurate, and ready to stand behind your claims.
Accountability is huge, especially when the stakes are high. And speaking of high stakes, our final lesson, lesson 4, addresses the organizational changes required. Marketing leaders were forced to think more strategically.
That's right. For years, marketing could be treated as a tactical function, the marketing stuff that was easily outsourced and put in a box. Tom's experience showed those days are completely over because the stakes of AI visibility are just too high.
Right.
Successful organizations in 2025 treated marketing as an integrated strategic function tied directly to business outcomes.
So they weren't just asking, did we get clicks? They started asking better, harder questions about visibility, long-term relevance, brand authority. That requires leaders to actually understand the technology, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It forced marketing leaders to move beyond simply managing a budget to managing an interconnected technology framework. They have to be able to articulate why specific content decisions, like reducing volume, lead directly to business wins like increased citation and authority. And that scrutiny extended to who they hired.
Okay, detail the partner requirement Tom highlighted.
Successful organizations demanded partners who understood technology, content, and strategy as a single, interconnected system. They needed teams that could look at the brand's entire digital footprint, from the words on the page to the structure of the data underneath it all, and optimize it all for generative engine consumption.
No more silos.
None. Tom anticipates this need for truly strategic, integrated partnership will accelerate dramatically in 2026.
Wow. Okay. We've covered the 4 seismic shifts that define digital marketing in 2025. The rise of the AI front door, the necessity of GEO, the death of content volume, and the criticality of real trust and strategic leadership. So what does this all mean for your budget, your team structure, and your operational strategy? When we come back, we are going to unpack the specific intentional steps required to win in 2026, according to the roadmap laid out by our founder, Tom Snyder. Stick with us. Hard to believe, Nova. A new year is already underway, and this month marks 30 years of Trivera helping businesses grow online.
Absolutely, Chip. And the digital landscape isn't slowing down. Websites, SEO, geo-targeting, content, analytics, and AI are all evolving faster than ever.
For 3 decades, smart marketers have partnered with Trivera for high-performance websites and ROI-driven digital strategy, combining proven fundamentals with the latest tools.
And I should know, I'm Webster, Trivera's AI assistant and agent. I'm part of how we power smarter strategy through AI-assisted content, fully trained AI agents, predictive insights, and ongoing optimization designed to drive real results.
It all starts with smart strategy and rock-solid website development, built for performance, not noise.
If you're ready for a stronger digital ecosystem, deeper engagement, and measurable ROI,
trust Trivera. To make this the year, smart strategy actually delivers results for you.
Welcome back to Trivera's AI Deep Dive. Now back to our conversation with Chip and Nova.
welcome back. Before the break, we laid out the permanent shifts that define digital marketing in 2025. Now, we turn to the playbook for the year ahead. This is where we stop analyzing what happened and start deciding what you're going to do about it. And the core message from Tom is crystal clear. 2026 is not about doing more. It is about doing the right things with intention. Tom laid out 4 strategic actions for anyone responsible for their company's digital performance. Okay, action number 1 is immediate, and it involves your existing digital library, the content audit. What are we actually auditing for, Nova?
You must audit your content, but with a new lens. You're ensuring every piece clearly explains what you do, how you do it, and why it matters. But you are specifically looking for clarity and machine readability.
Okay.
Look for ambiguity. Look for paragraphs longer than 4 sentences. If an AI system cannot confidently summarize your value proposition in a single sentence, then neither can a human who found you through a synthesis engine. You're looking for gaps in authority and structure using those GEO principles we discussed earlier.
That makes perfect sense. If the AI is the front door, you need a machine-readable welcome mat and map. Action number 2 involves the way we keep score.
Yes, it requires you to reevaluate success metrics. Visibility and citation now matter just as much as traditional clicks and rankings. We saw organizations in 2025 starting to track something called citation share of voice.
Citation share of voice, I like that.
If your brand is being referenced in a synthesized AI answer block, even if it doesn't immediately lead to a conversion click, that is pure authority in action. That builds long-term relevance. Your metrics have to reflect that authority, not just immediate transaction metrics.
And circling back to that content volume issue, what's action 3? The tactical pivot away from all that noise.
Action number 3 is to prioritize authority over output. This means publishing fewer pieces that reflect real, grounded expertise, instead of just chasing volume metrics that are now, frankly, meaningless.
That's a difficult organizational shift to make, though.
It is. You might have to reduce your output frequency, but when you publish, that piece has to be so definitive, so well-structured, and so accurate that both humans and AI models feel compelled to rely on it. This pivot toward authenticity and deep knowledge is what separates the winners from the noisemakers.
And finally, that critical partner requirement. We talked about how leaders had to become more strategic, and they needed partners who could match that level of insight.
Action number 4 is to choose partners wisely. You have to work with teams that genuinely understand how AI, search, content, and trust all intersect. You need a partner who views digital strategy as a connected technology framework, not a series of disconnected, siloed services.
Right, you can't afford to hire one firm for SEO, another for content, and a third for brand strategy.
Exactly. Those functions are now intrinsically linked by AI's demands.
So if we synthesize all this, Nova, what's the ultimate takeaway for winning in 2026?
The brands that win in 2026 will be the ones AI systems trust enough to speak for them. Your goal is to optimize your operational reality and your digital footprint to be the authoritative source that the algorithms rely on for truth.
That is such a powerful and actionable way to frame this opportunity. This whole next chapter rewards those who adapt with clarity and purpose. It's a lot like the early days of the web, which rewarded organizations willing to completely rethink their business model for an online environment.
Tom sees this as a huge chance for every organization to reset their competitive posture. If you are willing to do the hard work of being clear, accurate, and accountable, 2026 can be a very, very good year for you.
And every year, Tom's blog motivates marketing decision makers to reach out to us, Team Trivera, to explore how we can help them achieve this clarity. They know they need a partner that really understands this complexity.
So if you're not already a Trivera client or you used us for something, a website, hosting, a small PPC or SEO engagement, and nothing since, maybe this is the year you finally trust Trivera to help you navigate what's next in a significant way. We specialize in building those integrated strategic frameworks where content, search, and AI authority intersect. Contact Trivera today to discuss how we can help your business succeed in this generative engine era.
And to you, our listener, thank you for joining us for this deep dive into Tom's annual wisdom. Download, subscribe, and share our podcast with someone you know who is looking at the digital marketing landscape in 2026 and wondering what they need to do to succeed. And we'll see you on the next Trivera Deep Dive as we celebrate our 30th anniversary.
Thanks for joining us on Trivera's AI Deep Dive with Chip and Nova. If you enjoyed this episode, you can find more and stay up to date with new episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, or find them on our website and our social media channels. And don't forget to visit us at Trivera.com to learn how we can help take your marketing to the next level. Ready to talk? Reach out. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time.